This is a story about a special place that has stood the test of time. A story of caring and community, of obstacles and overcoming, of shared faith and contributions, and generations of promises kept. Now, like all good stories, ours has a beginning that's unforgettable. You see, 7 Acres is the only organization around that was founded to honor thy father and thy mother. For more than 75 years, this has been the mission that has guided all our decisions along the way. Inspired by our commitment to the Fifth Commandment, the leaders of the Houston Jewish community opened the first Jewish home for the aged, the Home for the Sons and Daughters of Israel, on Brannard Street in 1943, at the height of World War II. For seniors in our community, it offered a warm and caring home environment where they could live with dignity and comfort. In the years that followed, Houston grew at an astounding pace, and 7 Acres followed suit, moving and expanding several times and growing from a residence for 14 seniors to our present campus of care on North Braeswood Boulevard, which houses a total of 195 full-time residents, from assisted living to rehab, long-term care, and hospice. 7 Acres serves as one of the largest not-for-profit, non-sectarian, long-term care campuses for the aged on the Texas Gulf Coast. Over the years, we've been proud to welcome several generations of local families, as well as many who have come here as refugees. 7 Acres has always been open to helping others, and that can be attributed to the wisdom and the tenacity, the goodness and generosity of our dedicated boards of trustees over the years. Thanks to them, we've been able to keep our promises to the community and stand strong ourselves as we survived a major catastrophe in 2017. No one who lived in Houston during those very difficult days and nights in late August will ever forget the effects of Hurricane Harvey, later dubbed a 500-year flood. The hurricane was especially devastating to 7 Acres and the surrounding community. The torrential rain and historic flooding wreaked havoc on the main building, flooding the main floor. But thanks to the training, preparation, and heroic efforts of the staff, all residents were carried to safety, no lives were lost, and we were able to save most of their dearest possessions. Almost immediately, aid began coming in from the Jewish Federation, as well as from individuals and organizations here in Houston, across the country, and around the world. Under the guidance of our board, decisions were made about rebuilding and ensuring resiliency for the future. Some parts of 7 Acres changed. Some were rebuilt and refreshed. And some areas had to be rethought, either for safety or for appropriate care. But today, more than 2 years later, reconstruction of 7 Acres is almost complete and better than ever. Our main building has been beautifully restored, an impressive and festive auditorium, and fresh new spaces and equipment for activities, art, and worship. The tempting aromas of kosher food fill our kitchen and dining rooms, and activities are constantly being created to meet the needs and interest of our residents.
When Mom was younger, she traveled a lot. She was happy, she was out there, she loved to visit with friends and go out. She saw the world.
After my father passed away, I just slowly realized that it was not a good place for her to be at home alone.
So we had to look, and we had to seek out a place that would help us figure out how to give our mom the best life possible. So to solve that, the only thing we could do was put her in a community. And that's why we're here, is this has given her her community.
She had life again. She was social, which she'd always been. She does every activity. There is nothing she misses.
Once we put her in 7 Acres, we could sleep. We knew that the right people would be there at the right time. We were able to put our heads on the pillows at night and know she was in a safe place.
For our skilled nursing program, we've added and improved equipment and facilities, much to the delight of the residents who come to us for short-term rehabilitation care after being in the hospital.
I had a very unusual car accident in my driveway. I broke my pelvis, had some other injuries that required a lot of rehab and care. After a week at the hospital, My family had me brought to 7 Acres Rehab. When we got here, I wasn't expected to be walking till months later. And I was told, oh no, Mrs. Wiener, we're gonna get you up and walking right away. And I couldn't believe it. They had great faith and encouragement in me, and that made me, okay, I need to take the next step forward. I achieved my goals beyond belief. I worried that someday I would never be able to get to walk. And the real ultimate judgment of criteria, would I be able to dance? And guess what? I can dance.
And with its new style and activities, the Medallion Assisted Living Residence makes it even easier to make new friends and get a new fun lease on life.
I was living in Miami, and I wasn't eating because the food wasn't kosher. So my son and daughter-in-law, who lives in Houston, said, why don't you come here? And it's so much better for me. It's good to know that my food is unto rabbinical. They have wonderful entertainment. I attend services in the morning. It brings back memories of my parents, of my sisters all praying together. The Medallion makes me feel at home. It makes me feel young, makes me feel spry, makes me feel sociable. It makes me feel like I can help other people.
As to the next chapter of our story, we've been working on plans, talking to our families and our leadership, and keeping faith with our guiding principles. We know that our future is bright, and we're happy to say we're going to be roaring into the 20s.